Welcome to the Ultipa GQL Fundamentals class. We will guide you through the basics of using GQL, the graph query language, to interact with a graph database. Let's start with retrieving nodes. This is an example graph describing the connections between employees, products, and locations of Ultipa. In a graph, nodes represent entities, such as person, organization, product, and city. Each node type is associated with some properties that describe attributes of nodes. In GQL, we use node patterns to represent nodes. A node pattern is figuratively written as a pair of parentheses, resembling a circle. Empty parentheses denote any node. You can specify a label inside the parentheses using a colon, for example, :person. In Ultipa, the label name is the same as the node type name. To reference a specific node, include property key value pairs in curly braces. This specifies a person node whose title is CEO. This property specification can also be used without the label expression. It specifies a node of any label whose title is CEO. To retrieve nodes from the graph, GQL provides the match statement. Placing a node pattern in match allows you to find nodes that meet the search criteria, such as person nodes. To reference the retrieved nodes, define a variable. You can name it freely. Here we simply use the letter N. Then, use the return statement to output the retrieved nodes by referencing the node variable directly. Let's take a look at node retrieval in Ultipa GQL Playground. It's a free tool available at ultipa.com/GQL Playground. This query returns all person nodes in the graph. You can hover over each node to view its information, or switch to the list view for a structured representation. Set specific values for the property's name and title. In practice, you may want to return only the properties of nodes instead of the entire nodes. To do so, you can extract a property from nodes using the period operator. This query only returns the names of nodes. Before we end this lesson, consider the where clause that allows more flexible search conditions. The two queries retrieve the same nodes. The second query replaces the property specification with a where clause. The where clause uses the node variable to reference specific properties. If you want to retrieve nodes whose age is greater than 40 or gender is male, the where clause makes it possible. You can pause the video now to test your knowledge of this lesson. The correct answers will appear in 10 seconds. In this lesson, we learned how GQL represents nodes with node patterns and how to retrieve nodes from the graph.